The second part of the questions has to do with consumer surplus. It should not be terribly difficult as long as you're able to do the shifting supply and demand correctly. So the most basic question on consumer surplus that we did in class was this: when consider the market for John Mayer's music, an increase in consumer surplus may result from which of the following? Just remember that when the price goes up, consumer surplus goes down. When the price goes down, consumer surplus goes up. So anything that causes an increase in consumer surplus for John Mayer's music will be anything that decreases the price for John Mayer's music. So you have to look for the things that decreases the price here. An increase in the price of John Mayer's music, clearly that decreases the consumer surplus. That's not it. An increase in the supply of John Mayer's music that reduces the price of John Mayer's music. So that should be the answer. The second one is for you to calculate the consumer surplus based on a table of willingness to pay. In this one we have two consumers. If the songs are priced at $1 per song, then how much surplus we have? Well, you have to figure out how many each of them will buy and then the difference of the willingness to pay versus the price. So let's go Eli first. Eli will buy the first song, and he will make, on the first song, he will make $3.50 on surplus because he's willing to pay $4.50 and the price is 1. He also buys the second song and he makes $2.50 of surplus on that, and you add that to the $3.50 here. He also buys his third song and he makes $1.50 on that, and he also buys the fourth song and he makes 50 cents on that. Right? So we got $3.50 here plus $2.50 here, 7, plus $1.50 here, we got $8.50, so that's basically $9, right? So we make, Eli's gonna make about $9 in surplus. Now Madison's buy the first song and she makes $2 on that, and she buys the second song too, and that's $1 price, so she makes $1 surplus. So I have $3 in surplus here. Well, it should be 12. We have an each one problem here. Let's go back. So we got $3 for sure for Madison. Then Eli makes $3.50 on the first one, $4.50 minus 1, $2.50 on the second one. That's $6. Okay, so there's $8 here from Eli. So Eli makes $8 in surplus. Madison makes 3, so that's 11. It's the total surplus between the two. Now the last question has to do with intuition of the supply schedule. Same thing with the demand schedule. Demand schedule tells you the opportunity cost for buying something. The supply schedule tells you basically how much cost firms have to buying something. So when the actual price goes up, then firms will actually make higher revenue, and that's the reason why more firms enter the market. And when the price goes down, then the revenue or the benefit that sellers have is lower, so that's why a lot of sellers leave the market. So the reason why a supply schedule is upward sloping because of higher prices is because at higher prices, sellers are able to make more revenue, meaning the benefits are higher for sellers and more of them enter the market. So that's basically, let's see, customers are willing to pay more. No, supply has to do with firms. Firms perceive that the marginal cost of producing the goods has increased. Well, that's not true. What has increased is the benefit of producing the good, which is C. D has to do with demand. Okay, so we'll start with market equilibrium in the next video.